Are you, like millions of people, filled with self doubt, wondering what your next step should be? This is the Unleashed Podcast. You're about to learn how to unlock your potential and live your best life. You'll get practical and actionable advice, guidance, motivation from business to relationships to anything going on in life. This is the Unleashed Podcast. Now, your host, Crystal Bean.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Unleashed Podcast. I am your host, Crystal Bean, your confidence coach, your breakthrough bestie, your transformational plug, the woman who is committed to helping you speak and step into the version of yourself that you keep dreaming about. Because let's be honest, you can't unleash when you are silenced. Think about that. So today, day one, this is going to be our 5-day Confidence Unleashed series where we're going to kick off some things and talk about the foundational part of it. And we're going to go a little bit deep. We're going to go into your identity. And honestly, one of the hardest things for women to master, right, is just to go deep, to unleash yourself by peeling back the onion that you have, because there's different layers of who you really are and what's really going on inside for you to have that confidence. So today we're going to talk about the confidence in your voice, speaking up even when your hands shake, even when your heart is beating so fast, even when your brain is telling you to stay silent because you're very, very scared. So if you're getting held back and you're getting held back in your thoughts and you're swallowing your truth and you're apologizing for no reason, or you told yourself that it's not worth it, this episode is definitely for you. So we're going to jump straight into it. Most women don't struggle with confidence because they don't want to say it, or they don't struggle with confidence because they don't know what to say. They struggle because they don't feel safe in saying it. And it could be women or men, right? So that's something that I want to talk about. Let's jump into that. It's not like it started today. It started a long time ago. And that's something that I want you guys to realize. As a little girl, as a little boy, we were taught to be nice, polite, don't talk back, don't be rude, don't make grown folks uncomfortable, or don't be grown when you have a conversational. I'm sorry, when you have a conversation. But I want you to translate that information. I want you to, when you translate that, it's like saying protect everyone's feeling but your own. When you translate that, right? Fast forward to adulthood, now you're in corporate America being told, don't be emotional, pick your battle, don't rock the boat. You don't want to appear aggressive. You're too aggressive the way you talk too fast. When you talk, your pronunciations are not what it needs to be. And then in relationships, oh my God, let's just not even go there. Some of y'all learned that speaking up meant an argument, or the silent treatment, or being misunderstood, or being dismissive, or something like that. So you shut down. I want you guys to listen for a second. And if you've ever wondered why you do struggle with saying how you feel, it's because when you were never encouraged to use your voice without consequences. I think that's what we need to talk about. That's what we need to go deeper. And you learn to be quiet out of survival. But now it's time for you to speak up. It's time for you to thrive, because silence is not the key to your confidence. It's about speaking up for yourself. So let me tell you something, and I want to be very clear here. There is a cost of staying quiet. And you say, well, what are you talking about, Crystal? Silence might feel safe, but it's very expensive. And that's something that I want you to understand. There's a cost of staying silent. There's a cost of staying quiet. You pay for silence with your confidence, your boundaries, your identity, your peace, your opportunities, and your self-respect. I'm going to say that one more time. You pay with silence. You pay the cost of silence. You pay the cost of staying quiet with your confidence, your boundaries, your identity, your peace, your opportunity, your self-respect. Do you understand that when you stay quiet at work, you get overlooked? When you stay quiet in relationships, you get disrespected. When you stay quiet with yourself, you lose who you are. Every time you're silent, so let's take back. Every time you are silent and you stay silent in your truth, you make a small withdrawal from your own self-esteem. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm telling you today? And before you know it, you don't even trust your own voice anymore. You say to yourself, I don't know. I'm fine. It's whatever. When deep down, you're screaming. Silence protects your comfort, but it destroys your confidence. Confidence isn't loud, it's clear. Let me free somebody right now. I want to free somebody right now. Confidence is not about volume. It's not about how loud I am. It's not about how silent I am or quiet I am, right? Confidence is not about volume. It's not about being loud. It's not about being aggressive. It's not about dominating a room. Confidence is just clarity. Say it with me. Confidence is clarity. Say it one more time. Confidence is clarity. It's being able to say when you mean without shrinking. Do you understand that? Without rushing, without sugarcoating something, without apologizing for existing. Confidence is this. Here's who I am. Here's what I need. Here's what I'm not accepting anymore. It's okay to not accept things. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to let people know what you stand for and what you don't. Confidence isn't about a performance. It's an alignment. It's clarity of who you are inside. When your voice matches your truth, that's confidence. When you're unmasked. And I like that. Let's say that together. Confidence isn't a performance, it's an alignment. It's clarity. That's confidence. So let's talk about some tools that you can use today to speak more confidently because this is really practical. Here are 3 tools that you can use today to sound and feel more confident, even if you internally are like panicking or you're like manicky, your anxiety's going up on the inside, but on the outside, you still feel and look confident. So let's talk about the 3-second confidence pause. When someone is asking you something, don't rush with a response. Just pause. Just like that. Confidence. So let's start back. Confidence people pause. Leaders pause. People who know their worth don't rush. For example, if I'm in an interview or I'm speaking to somebody and I don't know the answer, I'm going to say good question. And then I'm going to respond. When I say good question, that gives me an opportunity for my brain to catch up with what I need to say. Or sometimes I'm going to smile. And that's, a pause. Then I'm going to say what I need to say, right? So that's attack it. The pause gives your brain time to think. Like I said, it shows you others the value that you know what you're saying and that you're just not just blabbering it off. So I want you to try it because I think it's going to change everything. And then let's talk about boundaries, like boundary starters, right? And so most people want to set boundaries, but they don't know how. So here are some done for you plug and play lines that you can use right now after you listen to this podcast. So if someone's asking you something, okay, that doesn't work for me, but here's what I can do. Or I'm choosing to do something a little bit different. So thank you for your opinion, but I'm going to go this way. And that's okay to say that too. I'm not available right now. And you don't have to tell them a time when you're available because they don't need to know your schedule, right? And it could be in your professional or personal life. So think about that too, how you communicate in your professional life and how you communicate in your personal life. Or I need more time before I commit. That's not going to work for me. I'm no longer comfortable with that. I'm going a different direction. Things like that. Things like that, you can say it calmly, say it clearly, and say it confidently. They don't need no paragraphs. You don't need to tell them your whole lifeline. No guilt. And you don't need to explain it. Sometimes just say no. I'm not doing that today. You don't need to explain why you're not doing it. Just tell them that you're not doing it today. Or I won't be there. And you don't need to say why you don't want to be there. Be confident. No, not going to be there. Thank you for inviting me though. That's it. You don't need nothing behind that. You don't need why you can't be there because you got to do something else. None of that. Then the third thing, I want you to speak as if you already believe your voice matters because your voice does matter. And I want you to know that your voice really matters. So this one is really deep because most people think and talk like they're trying to bother someone else, right? Their tones get soft, their sentences in like questions, their voice gets a little tingy. Listen to me, you are not a burden. I want you to understand that. Your voice is not an inconvenience. I want you to speak with clarity. Love yourself. Understand that it's okay to believe that your voice actually matters because it does. And I want you to try saying this before your next meeting. I want your next conversation, your next talk, your next tough moment, because people need to value what you have to say. And so, like one affirmation that I encourage you to say is, "You are not a burden. Your voice is not an inconvenience." Say it with me. So I'm saying it with you. I want you to say it with me too. You are not a burden. Your voice is not an inconvenience. We're going to say that one more time. You are not a burden, and your voice is not an inconvenience. And so these are real life examples that I want you to start using. So let me tell you about my girl Sarah, because honestly, a lot of you are like Sarah, high achieving, smart, successful corporate baddies or bosses or male dominant figures in your work or in your life. You got degrees, career, family, things like that. But also, you guys also still feel invisible. Not because people can't hear you or see you because you're not showing up and speaking up for yourself. So, if you don't start pushing back, and I'm going to be honest with you, Sarah didn't push back. And this is the girl I was telling you about. She don't push back. She doesn't ask for help. She doesn't voice, her own. Even when things are not unfair, she doesn't share her ideas out of fear or being judged, things like that. And so I want you to step into who you are. And if that makes Sarah feel unworthy, unappreciated, overworked, and misunderstood, and underestimated, not because she's not qualified or not because she wasn't brilliant, but because she didn't believe her voice mattered. So confidence really isn't about talent, it's about permission. So I want you guys to give yourself permission to speak up for yourself. And so I challenge you to start speaking up for yourself. And I challenge you to speak one thing that's really uncomfortable to you today. I want you to be kind. I want you to be clear, and I want you to be confident. And again, it's not being aggressive, it's not being loud. It's about just speaking in your truth and then letting somebody know whatever it is or whatever you need to say that it's not okay with you and that I actually don't agree with you. And that maybe it's asking for help. I need help. Or just saying, no, I'm not going to do it. Or no, I'm not going to do that. Or that hurts my feelings when you say that. Keep it simple, keep it honest, and keep it real because you deserve to be heard. And so, guys, before we wrap up, I need to hear you say your voice is your key to unlocking your confidence. Talents may have protected you when you were a little child, but speaking up will free you from the person that you are trying to become. So, guys, like, subscribe, and I cannot wait till you be a part of this Unleashed journey. So, again, I will talk to you later. I'm your girl, Crystal Bean, with the Unleashed podcast. Thank you so much.
You've been listening to the Unleashed podcast. Our passion is to be a transformative resource that helps you unlock your potential and helps you live your best life. It's time to drop the fears, drop the self-doubt, and get to it. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time on the Unleashed podcast.
And I want you to be unleashed.